Now you can build real software just by describing it in plain English. No coding, no dev team, and no massive budget required. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to do it step by step, so you can turn your ideas into working software. But stick around till the end because there are a few gotchas that you want to keep in mind before releasing your software. Let's jump in. We're going to build a fitness app. This app request came from my wife. She's tried other fitness apps, but hasn't been satisfied, especially with their calorie tracking feature. I asked her to sketch out her vision and explain it to me. Now I'm going to try building it with vibe coding. I'm using Hosting Horizons. This video is not sponsored, but I did purchase the plan, so I figured might as well use those credits. If you're interested in trying it out, I've included a link in the description below. There are other platforms out there. There's Google AI Studio, there's Lovable, Microsoft just came out with their own, so there are other options out there that you could check out. So I pre-wrote the prompt so I don't bore you guys. I'm gonna copy paste that in here. The cool thing is I can also give an image. This is the rough sketch for my wife. So she wants the weekdays at the top with the date, percent total for calories, protein, carbs, and fat. She wants to track her daily weight, sleep in hours, steps, workout, and water. For steps and workout, she also wants the total progress, and she wants a running total that she can see. For steps, she wants 70,000 average per week, and for workout, she wants 150 minutes per week. Zooming in, here's the prompt. I want to build a fitness app which focuses on tracking macros, calories, protein, carbs, and fat. We want to be specific about what we want to build. Otherwise, AI might not understand our vision. At the top right, there's a minimal settings button, then a logout button to the right of it. For the bottom navigation, there are tabs for home, track food, and trends. The main screen includes daily goals. This screen gives me the day of the week selection at the top, Monday through Sunday. Under the day of the week, I can see the date in month and date format. Here you can see I'm being very specific. Clicking on these updates the data on the screen for that specific date. The user can swipe right and left to travel to past dates up to the dates in the current week. Under this, I see 4 circles which are progress meters. Under the circles, I have labels for calories, protein, carbs, and fat. For protein, carbs, and fat, where you give X over Y under the circle, put G suffix to indicate that it is in grams. Under the labels, I have a running total for each of the targets that the user has set in settings. User can go into settings by pressing the settings button at the top right. As the user updates their macros, their progress bars gets filled. The circle completes. Under these are the fields that the user can track daily: weight, sleep, steps, workout, and water. Here I'm also being specific about the units I want it in. The user can set targets for these in the settings. For the steps, to the right of the input field, show me the total progress this week. For example, 38,000 over 70,000, and set the default target at 70,000 steps. For the workout, to the right of the input field, show me the total for this week. For example, 75 minutes out of 150 minutes, set the default target at 150 minutes. I'll give you more details on the track food, which will populate the macro totals on the home screen and trend screen below. And then I say, see first image. I'm going to attach my wife's drawings here. Then I explain what I want for the track food screen. It shows me a list from top to bottom: breakfast, lunch, snack 1, dinner, and snack 2. For each of these, it shows me the total calories, protein, carbs, and fat consumed for that meal. And there's a plus button to the right of it. When the user clicks on it, let them select from a saved meal or log a new meal. Saved meal screen shows me a list of saved meals that the user can select from in alphabetical order. It also lets me delete any meals by long pressing, which brings up a delete confirmation dialog to ensure that the user is sure. Log a new meal lets the user add a new meal with its name, calories, protein, carbs, and fat. This meal then goes into the saved meals list that the user can select from in the future. Once the user adds the meal, the macros on the home page update. The totals and the progress bars also update. See second image for reference. Then I describe the trend screen. For the trend screen, show me a chart for weight, then underneath it, sleep, then steps, then workout, and underneath it is water. The chart should be a bar chart, and on the side of it, I can see the total and average. The user can set if they want the chart for last 7 days, last 30 days, last 365 days. For the last 7 days, the bar chart should show for each day. For the last 30 days, show it by week. For the last 365 days, show it by month. Also give me a line through the bar chart for the average so I can see how the average is tracking. See third image for reference. Now I'm going to attach the 3 drawings that my wife had given me. Now we're going to let AI do its magic. On the left, you can see is my giant prompt. This is actually a large request that ideally we may need to do in separate prompts so AI doesn't get confused, but but here I'm just testing AI to see if it can get all of that together. On the right, you can see it's coding away. The cool thing is AI also replies back with what it understood about your request. So here, build a sleek home screen with daily macro tracking, circular progress meters, create an intuitive track food system with meal management and quick logging, design a powerful trends screen with interactive charts and analytics, add smooth navigation, swipe gestures, and polished animations throughout. Okay, this looks decent. Let's see, settings, I have my targets. This is really cool. I can update these, go back. At the bottom, I have home, track food, and trends. This is really cool. I can swipe left and right, great. Here I go to track food, great. It's showing me the meals. I can add a meal or save meals, trends, last 7 days, 30 days, 365 days, total. Each of the trends are here. I can also see what mobile view looks like. This is really good. Home, track food, trends. I don't like that everything's not fitting on a screen, so I'm going to give that feedback to it. For the main screen, can you have the circular progress bars in the same row? In fact, I want everything on the main screen to fit on one page without the need to scroll to the bottom. I'm going to see if I have any other feedback for it right now. So I also told it for the mobile view of the main screen, here you can see it's kind of tight. I want all the days of the week to show up at the top. Let's see what it does. There are limited messages per plan, so I want to be very strategic with my messages. I don't want to waste it on small requests. So usually I'll try to group small requests together. All right, here we go. Yep, everything's fitting on one screen. I like this. There's too much real estate here that's being wasted, but I want the core functionality to work so my wife can start using the app. I can always make it prettier later. Next, I want to connect it to an actual database. Since this is a web app, it can be accessed through any web browser, whether that be on your phone or on the computer. When I log into any browser, I want my data to be there. So we need a database. Otherwise, it'll just be stored locally for that browser, for that specific device, and then it'll get deleted when that browser session ends. So we don't want that to happen. Here's how you would connect it to a database. You would click on integrations, then click on Supabase. Here you can log into your Supabase account, create a project, and then ask Hostinger to connect to this project. If you don't have an account, you can create an account for free. At the time of this recording, Supabase allows you to have 2 active projects under the free plan. Once you've created the project in Supabase, you come back to Hostinger and click the Connect button. Then Hostinger will connect to the database and create the necessary tables for you. I'll link a video below if you'd like more help. Once you click Connect, you'll see Hostinger doing the setup. It's saying that it'll set up the necessary tables for the daily stats, meals, and settings. Then, instead of storing it in local storage, it'll store all the data in the database. It's also going to add user authentication so users can sign in and see their personal data. Then it'll add the sign in and sign up pages to our app. Let's jump in. And there's an error. Let's ask to fix it. Great. It looks like it fixed those errors. I'm going to play around, click around to see if it actually worked. Let's make this 2500, save settings. Okay, that updated, which is really good. Let's update the protein, 25. Just testing is if everything's working, track food. So let's say I go here and I track, my weight was 128. All right, there's another error, ask to fix. As you can see, AI is not perfect and there are quite a few errors that come up and that unfortunately burns some messages. That's why I try to be strategic with my messages. Also, every time AI updates the app, I run a small test. Right now I do it manually, just click around, try to update data and see if it's working as expected. Perfect. 130 or 128. I want to see if it's actually tracking it. Okay, it's giving that line as well. Perfect. Track food, home. All right, let's say I did 8,000 steps today and my weight is 129. Let's see the trends. Okay, let's try adding a meal. So breakfast, log new meal, protein shake, calories. I think the one I have is like 250 calories. It's around 25 grams of protein, 30 grams of carbs, 25, I don't know. Let's add that in. Again, there's an error. Let's ask AI to fix it. This is why it's so important to click around and make sure everything's working as expected. All right, it just updated the app. Let's get into it. Let's say I update 8 hours of sleep. Thursday was 7. Let's see if the trends update. Yep, sleep. So one thing I would change is I don't want this pop-up that's coming up. I really don't like it. I don't want to see the average. Maybe just show the number at the top. Now I want to add food. Let's see if that works. Logging a meal, protein shake, because it wasn't working. 150 calories, 25 grams of protein, 30 grams of carbs, maybe 15 grams of carbs, 20 grams of fat. Let's see if it saved it. Amazing. Now if I go to add a meal, okay, the previous ones are showing up. I'm curious to see what happens when there are multiple meals saved and how that scrolling happens here. It has a trash icon, delete it. Let's see what happens. Great, it gave me the confirmation dialog. Perfect. So I know my wife wanted manual tracking of foods, but I want to see if I can connect it to a food database. Maybe I'll include that in another video. All right, the progress bar is showing up. I like the dark mode, but it's not really clear here. I want to add the light mode so it's a little bit easier to see. I also want to ask my wife for feedback. Then I can group all those updates into a single prompt if possible to save on my messages. Now I'm going to publish the app. That basically means that it's going to be live, but it's going to be in a private link, which I'm going to share with my wife so she can try it out. Let's see what my wife thinks. Okay, when you log in, you see this screen.
Nice. This is what I wanted. I'll make up some pounds.
Okay.
Neutral number. I got 8 hours of sleep. I did 7,000 steps. And I worked out for 30 minutes.
Oh, that's interesting. Can't scroll down.
Oh yes. This one you're gonna have to fix.
Yep. Okay. So here you can see the previous week. Here you can, and here we can see it's a little bit cut off, so gotta fix that. You can't go in the future.
I see.
But you could go in the past and update those values. So let's say you did it for last week.
Okay.
Here, just do like Friday or something. Here, I did test data here.
Okay.
So let's say you update it.
I got 5 hours of sleep. So should we do a trend?
Yeah, check out the trends.
Did you put other data?
Yeah, I put other data in. So if you scroll up, you can see last 7 days, 30 days, 365 days. You can see for the total.
Oh, maybe you shouldn't do total.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you do it like a linear graph too?
Yeah.
For
so
the weight?
like a line graph instead of.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, when you hold it, you can see the value. Is that helpful or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't think you need an average.
Yeah, exactly. You don't
Just
need
the
the
value
average.
itself is fine.
Yep.
This one scrolls down.
Yeah.
Is this over the week, right? The total?
Yeah.
Track food, breakfast,
So you can add a meal
protein
name.
shake, calorie. I don't remember.
Just make up a number.
We say it's like 150 calories.
And that's it. So the navigation's a little clunky.
Save.
And saved your breakfast. They'll go away. They'll pop up.
Okay, cool. So they went to the home page automatically?
No, you refreshed it, so it went back.
did. Okay.
Yeah, but you can always go back and see the tracking of the food.
Yeah, and like just I was different color for the like a red or something. We could do white.
Yeah.
So,
I was just thinking that like a light theme. Like somehow for default it did dark theme.
yeah. And
But you would like a light
colors for
theme.
the calories,
Yep.
protein, carbs, fat.
Yeah. Also if you go into settings, you can set your target.
Oh, okay. Didn't you say that you have an option to save foods?
There you go.
Okay.
Your past foods are saved there.
Can you delete them?
Hold it.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yep. Try deleting it. And now it's deleted.
So then let's say I go to like last week.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you could scroll it too.
Yeah. Like swipe to scroll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's say Wednesday. Let's see. Does it add?
Yep.
Okay. Nice. That's easy.
Yeah. So quick question. When you click on the meal, like lunch, do you want to see what foods you added or are you going to remember?
Yeah, I would like to see the foods I added. The other thing is, let's say I don't have my whole protein shake, I only have half of it, or I decide to do 1.5 servings. I wonder if we can tell this measurement as a portion, like half or one,
Okay.
and so that it can recalculate accordingly, and I don't have to keep adding new items for half or one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So you can start using it tomorrow?
Yeah, and then we'll see how it is practically.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Here's the updated app after I took our feedback into account. The main screen, trend screen, the track food screen. The date scrolling functionality gave a lot of issues and wasn't working even after multiple attempts. So instead of wasting more messages, I decided to revert back to a previous version where I could just click left and right arrows for the scroll to happen. Now this is not production ready. I would do a lot more thorough testing before releasing this app. That would be functional testing, like make sure everything's working, load testing, that the app can stand the number of users that are going to use it, and security testing, which is very important. For example, my web app is talking to a database, but it's using a key to talk to it securely. Now, if that key is exposed, then all my data can be exposed. But you want to make sure that your API keys are not exposed. That's just one example of something we need to secure. If you're curious in checking out another vibe coding project that I did, check out this video. I wish you the very best. You got this.